Hi again. So, I wanted to talk just about a few things today. These are kind of things like I've learned in my life again. Maybe not like clues like yesterday, but more so, I guess, guidelines that have helped me to understand my place in the world. The first of these is that things change. Things always change. We always change. And knowing that has been so valuable to me because I'm never held as being a certain way, right? It's freed me a lot from this conception of like who I am, who I have to be. It's given me a sense of freedom throughout my life because I know there's no stopping change. It's not always change we like, but that's okay. That's how we get through things. It's valuable, I think, to accept that. When things change, we have a chance to see something new, to do something new, to be someone new, to have new and exciting adventures in our life. Not only do we change constantly, but the world changes around us all the time. The ground is constantly shifting. The ground is constantly changing in a way that is subtle and metaphorical. The world is so different than I know when I was born. And that's not even that long. Over 30 years, less than 40. But it is completely different. And I'm so appreciative of that. I'm so appreciative to be able to have these types of technologies that allow for communication with large groups of people. I'm so grateful that we can go see new things in the cosmos and within our own bodies and within the ocean and the earth. If it wasn't for change, we would be stuck in one spot. And so that's something I think really to be grateful for. Another thing is gratitude. Real gratitude has helped me through all these changes. I remember when I was like a teenager and I would be like, I don't know, I've always been a fairly emotional person and less so now, but I mean, I still express them, but like, man, when I was a teenager, I think I got all my emotions out of the way, or at least at the time I thought, but then I kept being an emotional person. And being able to be grateful even in that, I remember crying and being like, oh my gosh, it hurts so bad, but I'm just so grateful that I can feel these feelings because it reminds me that I'm alive. And I still say that to this day when I'm having difficult times. That's a real strength, a real resiliency that I know I can be proud of in myself. Life can be really tough. But if we can be grateful even in those moments, we can see the opportunity in them. Another thing I've learned is that it's not always necessary to examine something so thoroughly. That when there are things going on around you, you can focus on what you have going on. I talked about this a little in the last video about like keeping one point, but I'm trying to express it differently in this moment just by having my face on the screen. You might not know this, but I normally take the video and I'll move it to the bottom so I'm not looking at myself when I'm making these. I am this time, which means I'm the original observer of this expression and the observer in the moment. So the way that I'm expressing myself is directly to myself. And I think that's probably the best thing to observe, right? It's not useful to observe other people for their faults. It's not useful to observe something so much that you lose sight of everything else. It's important, right, to keep that one point, but that one point is in context. But if you turn your vision, then you get off that point. And that thing you're observing, that thing you're holding on to, is less an observation and more lived truth. We change the world when we look at it. We transform the world with our sight. That's the observer effect, right? It's definitely real. I could bring up a ton of examples, but I don't think it's necessary. I think we all understand that. I could be wrong, but look at something long enough, look at something hard enough, and you'll see it transform. You'll see your perspective transform. The last thing I wanted to talk about was love. There are so many gates that people put up. And of course, everyone is a gatekeeper, or everyone who is a gatekeeper is doing it because they want to protect something that they see as precious. But a lot of these gates, for me at least, if I want to walk through, I'm going to walk through. And I have the key of love to let me through. Love is God. Love is the divine. You don't have to worship any deity or even a formless deity. It's okay if your worship is your partner. If you see God in them, and that's your greatest connection to everything. I was looking through the Notes app on my computer, and I found a piece that I wrote not that long ago when I was having a hard time. And I want to read it. It's for my husband, Nelson. My love for him is what has helped me find love for so many other things, love for life. There came a moment recently where I just thought, I don't need any of this, right? But I remembered how much I love him. And it saved my life. And so I want to read that. I always believed everyone lives in their own reality. We pass each other by and can only see, but never really meet. Somehow I feel like you reach across time and space, and I truly feel you. You woke my heart up long ago. You brought me back to life. Still, I fell back asleep. But even dreaming, I feel you. I think the only reason I thought we all are separate was because I was scared to let anyone in. But I can't imagine how dark my life would be if you weren't a part of it. You saved me over and over. How did I not see? Your love for me has broke the wheel of eternity. I feel so exposed. I feel so small. But your touch makes me expand. And in this time, when touch is something I want from no one, I still fear that if you reach out, you'll feel me invade your life. Yet you do all the time and seem to love me all the same. You see my darkness, and your sight puts light upon it. Suddenly I am not scared. Because of you, I can be honest. When you look my way, I am not small. I want to be as good as you think I am. I wish that you knew all this. I want to be able to give you as much as you give me. It is your love that empowers my heart. It fills my soul up full. But then it feels like all I can give is what was given by you. But you seem overflowing, and what I can offer comes back to me. Thank you for being great. Thank you for letting me know love, even when I could not see. Because of you, I can breathe. Now I have a lot of love in my life. And I can never forget that it comes from someone so great as Nelson. I hope that you all can feel this love that I want to share with you. And I know I often say, and it is true, these videos really do help me. Just making them is a gift to myself. But in the hope that you can feel this love, I hope that this love can spread. And so I send it from my heart to yours. I'll talk to you again soon.